Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today, one take and uncut. So to kick things off with the little thought exercise I like to do, I like to put numbers on a linear scale to really comprehend them and just get a different perspective. So right here in this tweet that I just made, how many seconds it takes for the below figures. To count to 1 million seconds, it takes approximately 11 and a half days. 1 billion would take approximately 31.7 years. 1 trillion would take approximately 31,688 years. And obviously you can just add it, or multiply that by 1,000 to get to 1 quadrillion. But I just want you guys to imagine this, excuse the typo. And I was just saying, now imagine transactions, volume, market cap, etc. And this is all applying to whether, anything's running on a blockchain or even running on the XRP ledger in terms of transactions, or just imagining the total monetary supply in the globe, whether it's the stock market, the real estate market, derivatives. I mean, just anything, any type of monetary value out there. Just wanted to start that off. All right, right here, shared by Arturo, January 8th, 2020, the Thai exchange, BitCub, and this is the #1 licensed cryptocurrency exchange out of Thailand, obviously just offers cryptocurrencies, announced that it is now a Ripple official exchange partner and will be joining RippleNet, so another partner. The announcement will accelerate on-demand liquidity growth strategy in the APAC region, and this is, again, the Asian Pacific region, where Ripple has gained considerable traction. And of course, Thailand is one of those countries, of course, they will, maybe they have a lot more friction than the main corridors that might not benefit right away from on-demand liquidity. So absolutely, there will be savings, involved here. If you guys want to skim through this, is Ripple XRP leading the way, blah 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 for banking sector. Again, BitCub's Ripple official exchange partner in Thailand joining. We're on a mission of humanizing blockchain experience where people will inherently utilize cryptocurrency as a transaction protocol on the back end in order to receive as well as transfer money at a fraction of the cost across the globe. That is one of the #1 use cases for cryptocurrency is cross-border transaction. Keep in mind the keyword back end. The main user, you and I, using an application, do not need to know how it works. All we care about is fast and saving money. We care about efficiency. That is it. And it's going to have all kinds of benefits as well for both, the endpoint consumer and the actual, institution, bank, FI using this application. So thank you for sharing that. All right, next, so we got this shared. So the Federal Reserve, with the constant QE, quantitative easing, will keep carpet bombing markets with liquidity. Ongoing $120 billion facility announced. So check this out. So now we were supposed to stop at 114, January 14th. Now we're ongoing from January 15th until February 13th, and it's at least 120 billion. And this is just the operation limits. So we'll see. I mean, I know we just hit roughly 100 billion in 2 days. So pretty crazy, guys. This is not sustainable. And whether people argue and say, yes, this can go on for years and years and years, it is not sustainable. And that is the bottom line, right? This is a monetary policy that is, meant for delays. People don't really comprehend what's going on. And it will pop eventually. So this is the same thing. We're already printing more money than we did in 2008. So I'd expect some type of recession or correction to be, equivalent. All right, right here, so shared by Hodl. Of course, we know President Trump announces the presidential delegation will join Ripple at Davos 2020. Now, keep in mind, they're not just, with Ripple, and this is just the presidential delegation. Of course, they'd be at Davos. Davos is basically the annual event where the 1% of the 1% meet to discuss all kinds of policies. And again, Mickey B. Fresh just showing this. Ripple is a technology pioneer of World Economic Forum since 2015. Ripple will most certainly be there, obviously, and they've been there every year previously, which I find really interesting. And as we can see here, I mean, we have the link in information technology underneath. We see that Ripple Labs is named, and then I opened up this tab for you guys if you don't believe it. So, I mean, if you don't believe it, I don't know what to tell you at this point. There's all kinds of backing for this group. Obviously, one of the only private groups that was, already valued at billions out of Silicon Valley. They're well connected. They're not just some startup, and I have to emphasize that. And if you guys think that XRP is meant to stay at a low price, then time will tell, and I will be laughing because it is meant to go significantly higher when it is actually utilized. All right, next, Bank XRP, thank you for this thread. So Pago FX by Santander, and we know Santander, obviously a RippleNet partner, one of the original investors as well, updates webpage in 2020, and Pago FX is coming soon. A new decade, a new way to send money abroad with confidence. So cross-border, we're speculating it should utilize XRP. We know, they both Obviously have used Xcurrent for quite some time now. So in terms of cross-border, it only makes sense. Now in 2020, PagoFX is coming. And we can kind of see this. I was, reading through this article, but he did include some snippets that I like. So again, you don't need to be a Santander customer to use the application. We're talking about the other application, OnePayFX, of course, low-cost international money transfer service. We can talk about the currencies that you can use to convert. So again, here are the currencies if you want to pause the screen and check that out. And then, of course, Santander is investing 20 billion euros as it steps up global digital banking push. This is going to be more and more prevalent. And then what did I want to highlight here? So PagoFX is an international money transfer application to users on both applications, developing a web application which will offer payment solutions for individuals, sole traders, and later for SMEs, or small and medium enterprises. So again, very, very exciting to see more and more use cases built around specifically what XRP is aiming to solve, let alone by Santander, which is an investor in Ripple and a user of RippleNet and on-demand liquidity, ODL. All right, next, I keep saying his original handle, but it got changed. So XRP_Stort. Now, this gentleman is a definite follow. His account was actually deleted by Twitter, and he had to build up his following all over again. So I'm happy that he actually put this tweet together here. Basically, some transactions flowing from the US to Mexico via Bitso, their partner exchange, and then Warren Paul Davidson, of course, of Ripple. And basically, he just kind of summarized it for everybody, which is always nice. So again, 2018, in the year 2018, remittances to US and Mexico were approximately over $28 billion. Now, swell of 2019, the Bitso, which is their partner exchange, weekly basis today, we're at 1.5% of the remittance corridor between US and Mexico. This is $421 million, not even $1 billion. All right. Excuse me, $421 million. So now, right here, January of 2020, Bitso processes around 2.5% of all U.S. remittances sent to Mexico. This figure now is $702 million. Bitso predicts 20% usage by end of year. This is, obviously, $5.6 billion. This is orders of magnitudes higher, so just wait. If another person, bulk transactions, but the price doesn't move, and I love what Sam I Am says here. He goes, then sell. I'm sure the Bitcoin SV community would love to take your money. And obviously, I don't, personally, my choice, I do not invest in forked projects like Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin SV, anything like that. I'm not going to risk my money, and I am sticking to XRP. You can call me myopic and narrow-minded with tunnel vision. I don't care. I'm sticking to the fundamentals because we are not even seeing the fruits of our labor yet, and I've just worked too hard. And I personally believe, and that is just my own decision. And again, all you can do is take responsibility for what you've done at the end of the day. Now, let me see. And lastly, I want to finish off with this quote sent by the Crypto Circus. So it's all about long-term vision, right here by Jesse Livermore. It was never my thinking that made the big money for me. It was always my sitting. I'll leave you with that, guys. Be sure to like the video, share it around if you like what you saw and learned something, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.